Oh, welcome. This is your boy, the host. With the most, but humble. And I do mean humble. The Noshow Novice, aka Derek, and I am here, of course, on a Tuesday to give you the hungry, happy, healthy people here at WrestleCram. Of course, the WrestleCram podcast. This is, I think, the ninth WrestleCram podcast that I have done, and I'm very happy with it or whatnot. I thank y'all so much for being a part of the show. If you're watching it today, you're watching it tomorrow, you're watching it next week, I truly do thank you from the bottom of my heart to the depths of my loins. I truly do thank you. Without you guys, it truly wouldn't be me, and I thank you. I thank you so much for the fun that we have here or whatnot. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe, you guys. Also, I do have a WrestleCram group page on Facebook. It is called WrestleCram Super Club. WrestleCram Super Club. Don't forget, you can go over there, have a great time. Just don't be a dick, but have a great time. It is public for everybody. It is not private. You have a great time. Put your 2 cents in there. Have a great time. Put your news in there. I'm always on there as well. And you might have a debate with your boy D Noshow Novice. We are going to talk about, of course, the recap of Monday Night Raw. We're also going to talk about Logan Paul. Of course, everybody knows that Logan Paul has re-signed with the WWE. Also, will The Rock be at the iconic WrestleMania 40 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania? And also today, of course, is the anniversary, the 1 year anniversary of WrestleCram. You're gonna get my 2 cents, my random thoughts on the year that was, and some fun stuff and whatnot. How about that? But first and foremost, let's talk about, of course, Logan Paul. Logan Paul has re-signed with the WWE. Of course, let's talk about Logan Paul as a wrestler. Nothing else, just the wrestler, hands down. He's truly deserved the Rookie of the Year by the Wrestling Observer. Also, every match that he has put on, including the match that I think was the not so best match at WrestleMania 39 with Seth freaking Rollins, was great matches. Great matches. I think that was a 5-star match as well. He has put on banger after banger after banger, and all I can say about him is that he truly deserves every dime that the WWE is going to give him. Apparently, the WWE is somewhat the freeze hold, so a lot of people, even, and I just want to say this as well, Brian Cage has re-signed with AEW as well, a multi-year deal with AEW. So it looks like it is a some type of freeze regarding to them hiring outside of the company. This is from WrestleZone, and they quote Triple H as saying, a proven superstar on the biggest stage. Can't wait to see what's next for Logan Paul. Terms of the new deal were not disclosed by Paul in the post. ESPN reports Triple H and Logan Paul confirms a new deal agreement with a multi-year deal. I feel incredibly blessed to have found something that I'm good at. At 28 years old, Paul says, of course, Logan Paul says in a statement to ESPN, and the fact that the organization believes I'm good enough to continue, hopefully building this WWE legacy, is mind-blowing, and I'm incredibly grateful and incredibly blessed. And as long as I can keep putting on good shows, man, I'm going to keep doing this spot. All I can say is that he truly deserves every single thing that he has done Logan Paul is a great, great wrestler. Once again, I am not talking about the other stuff that he does or the stuff that he has scandals in. The courts will decide if he does go to court. Everything about that, I could care less about that. We're talking about the wrestler, and he has been a great, great person that they have signed with the WWE. Very motivated, very dedicated. All I can say about what he probably needs to work on, of course, is I mean, if he's going to be a heel, he needs to learn how to talk. Hopefully, he gets that a little better. But when I tell you in the ring, he is really, really good. I know that he's not going to be on a full time, thing. Of course, with the WWE, probably pulling him out when truly needed. But all I can say is that hopefully the next the years that they do have Logan Paul are as better as we or as best as we had even last year. But the years that we did have him, I mean, great matches. The very first match he had with WWE was at WrestleMania, I think 38, when he wrestled with the Miz against the Mysterios. Great match. After that, we got, I think it was it the Miz? I think it was the Miz at WrestleMania. So that match, he was there for 2 years because he did the Mysterios, or probably 1 year. I don't know. He did a match with, of course, the Miz, and that was a great match. After that, we had a match between him and Roman Reigns, which was, again, a really good match, you guys. And, of course, he got in the ring with Seth freaking Rollins, who is really great on the mic, and also, of course, in the ring, really, really good. I enjoyed every single match. If I had to rank every single match, it will probably be the Miz first, the tag team match second, Roman the third, and of course this match with Seth Rollins fourth. In the comments, what do you think? Other than the other stuff that that we're not going to talk about, is is Logan Paul, is he a really good wrestler? I think he's really good. In the comments, what do you think? After that, let's talk about The Rock at WrestleMania 40. Looks like we may not be getting The Rock. Dwayne Johnson, aka The Rock, has a lot, and when I do mean a lot, on his plate nowadays or whatnot. Of course, getting the XFL or purchasing the XFL. And I want to talk about the XFL for 1 second. The XFL, I think, is a pretty decent league. I can't wait to see if we get another season of the XFL. I do like the USFL as well, which is another. This will be their second season, so hopefully we'll keep these leagues going. I thought they were really fun. One of my favorite receivers is a head coach in the XFL, Hines Ward. Shout out to the Pittsburgh Steelers. But we will see what happens with that. And also the top male actor in Hollywood right now, and many, many more ventures. Also, we may see him run for president. We keep hearing this. He may run for president. But Cultaholic has reported eyes have pointed toward WrestleMania 40 instead as a potential a potential setting for a match between The Rock and Roman Reigns. Dave Nelson of the Wrestling Observer newsletter says it's too optimistic, but this may be a happen, and the next challenger might be Roman Reigns. He continues, Roman Reigns has pretty much gone through everyone at the top tier on the roster, and with the expectation of Gunther or, of course, The Rock when he turns down this year due to scheduling, it did leave a chink, a crack in the door about possibly doing Philadelphia at WrestleMania 40 next year, but that was far from a commitment, and clearly nothing anyone should count on happening there. There didn't appear to be a new challenger on the horizon. There may be a new challenger there in the horizon. I will say this as well. Do we need Roman Reigns and The Rock? No. I mean, hands down, no. I would have thought that the match between Roman Reigns and The Rock would have been this year for that title. But do I think there should be a new challenger in the horizon? Yes. Hands down, yes. Should it be Cody? That is a debate that will happen toward WrestleMania season again. But I don't think Cody should even be that person to dethrone Roman Reigns. I've already said this and I'll say it again. It's only two people that I can possibly think that should be the one to dethrone Roman Reigns, and that should be Sami Zayn or your boy Jey Uso. This feud started with Jey Uso, the Tribal Chief storyline, and I think it should end with Jey Uso. Do I think Dwayne Johnson should be at WrestleMania 40? Yes, I think he should be at WrestleMania 40. I think he should be headlining the, of course, Hall of Fame at WrestleMania 40. I truly don't think that The Rock is trying to even attempt to be in a wrestling ring again. That's just my opinion. It's just he's getting up there in age. He has all, and once again, even at the beginning of me saying this, he has a lot of stuff on his plate. So, do you really think this old man, no disrespect to The Rock, but this old man, this man who has a lot of stuff that's going on all simultaneously and still has to train when he gets up at like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and also put on some type of training to wrestle for Roman Reigns, who's conditioned to wrestle? I mean, come on. I mean, no, once again, no disrespect at all, but I truly think that they should be thinking outside of the box. Braun Breaker, I mean, I know he has beef now with the new NXT champion in Carmelo Hayes, but there should be somebody that's coming out of NXT to challenge Roman Reigns. Even Carmelo Hayes should be that person to take those titles off of Roman Reigns. That's just me. What more? What more can you say? I mean, it should be a new up-and-comer. LA Knight. I mean, a lot of people are loving LA Knight. Yeah. But I don't know. But, I don't know. He is so over right now. It makes no freaking sense. But I still want to know who will be the very first challenger for Roman Reigns. I said Shinsuke Nakamura, but we'll find out. We'll find out. In the comments, who do you think should be the person to knock off Roman Reigns, to take those titles off of the Tribal Chief? Who should that be? In the comments, let me know or whatnot. I myself, I got 4 people. I got 5 people. Number 5 is LA Knight. Number 4 is, of course, Braun Breaker. Number 3 is Carmelo Hayes. Number 4, Sami Zayn, and number 2 is Sami Zayn. Number 1 should be, of course, Jey Uso. Okay, so let's get away from the news now. Let's get away from the news and let's get to the Monday Night Raw recap. All I can say about the recap is that we did hear at the beginning of the show that a lot of superstars are not there due to flight delays. Now, I was looking and I'm reading a lot of stuff this morning, and yes, that was absolutely true. It was actually 50% of the wrestlers that were not in attendance at Monday's show. But did it deliver? That's the question. Did it deliver? I myself, I'm going to say no as well. We did get another promo from Cody. We'll talk about that. But I truly think it did not deliver. Honestly, to me, it did not. Was it better than the Raw after WrestleMania? Yes, I think a snail racing a freaking one-legged ant would be better than the Monday Night Raw uh, show after WrestleMania. I mean, it was bad. This show was bad too, but we got some type of pretty decent tag team match between the Usos and Alpha Academy. But let's go down the card here. First and foremost, we got, of course, Rey Mysterio. He does a lengthy promo with his son Dominic, who is forgetting a lot of the lines or kind of miswording a lot of the lines. Quite frankly, he's just saying that, let's do a rematch right here, right now. Dominic's like, no, we're not going to do that. Also, he talks that if Bad Bunny gets my way again, I'm going to knock him out again. Rey Mysterio says eventually he will come back. And he's going to take care of you and, of course, Damian Priest. But, Rey Mysterio, he does challenge Dominic to a match right here, right now. He says no, but somebody else wants to wrestle you, and it's Finn Balor. I myself was very cringe about the Finn Balor situation. Him having 14 staples in the back of his head due to the match at WrestleMania against Edge. Not a huge fan of that at all. Not a huge fan of that at all. But all I can say is that this match was okay. I mean, we've seen Rey Mysterio lose now back to back. They consistently talk about him being this legend, but he's consistently losing now again to the Judgment Day. Copy, paste, and just the same thing. It's just now Dominic is a little more active with his shenanigans. We get a attempt on the top of the turnbuckle after a 619. Dominic hits Rey with the chain wrapped around his fist, knocking out Rey Mysterio, giving Finn Balor the chance to do the coup de grace and for them to win. That was the end of that. I mean, that was truly the end of that. After that, we get a Alpha Academy backstage promo. They were about to just talk about their match against the Usos. We hear a blood-curdling scream. We find out that it is Lita. Lita has been attacked by somebody. Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan are the ones that found her. And Becky Lynch comes in and says, well, somebody get an ambulance or whatnot. So we got the ambulance. And we get a promo with Becky Lynch saying that she went to a local medical facility. So you couldn't have told us which hospital she went to. I was like, all right, this is getting very Vince McMahon-like. But she said the people wanted a match for the titles. She will deliver. Trish Stratus comes in and says, I will come in in Lita's place to help out. So we do get that match now. This is the Trish Stratus, Becky Lynch versus Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan. This is for the women's tag titles. I will say this again, please. We need to redo those titles. They are so ugly. It makes no sense. I'm tired of looking at those titles. But I truly digress. It was a pretty decent match. Trish Stratus does a beautiful Hurricanrana. Well, it was she tried to attempt it Hurricanrana. And Becky Lynch was trying to get on the top rope, but apparently they didn't know what was going on. So Becky got on the top rope. Trish Stratus tried to pin. So I'm guessing they didn't know what was going on. Lots of botches and throughout the entire card this today as well. Um, so we get a super hurricanrana by Trish Stratus off the top rope. We get a four-person tower, a superplex power bomb, back suplex type thing. We get a attempt chick kick by Liv Morgan, but Liv Morgan does roll her up for them to win and be the new women's tag champions, Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan. So they after the match, we get Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch raises Trish Stratus' hands. They say, it happens, it happens. But we get a chick kick by Trish Stratus, knocking out Becky Lynch for Trish Stratus to turn heel. Okay, I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued a little bit. So I want to see that as well. That looks very interesting. After that, we get a Paul Heyman backstage promo. He talks about the beef, of course, between Brock Lesnar and Cody Rhodes, but he kind of sidesteps that conversation altogether and talks about how stupid Kevin Owens is, and they have a Kevin Owens problem. If you don't know what happened Friday, they did attack Kevin Owens in the back, messing up Kevin Owens' leg. After that, Matt Riddle and Sami Zayn came in to try to even up the numbers. But out of those people, Kevin Owens is by himself today. What's going on? Sami Zayn and of course Matt Riddle are gone. They're not in the stadium as well. They are in the flight delay situation, and they're talking about him being a one-legged man in a ass-kicking contest, and Solo Sikoa is going to pretty much finish the job with those two. After that, we get a Braun. What we got? A extra Byron Saxton axes. He does axes. He does axe. Trish Stratus why he attacked Becky Lynch. She just walks away. That was the end of that. And then we get a damage control segment where Becky Lynch was talking to Adam Pearce, saying that we are a group and we're going to be traded. Try to be traded as a group. I tried to get you into the next number one contenders for the tag titles, but I myself have a match for the number one contendership for the Raw Women's title. Of course, Dakota Kai and Io Sky are not happy about that. They're saying that maybe we should have a crack at that match. She goes back in. She talks to Adam Pearce, and we'll figure out what happens with that later on. I thought that was very interesting. It looks like that Damage Control is on the verge of now breaking up due to the fact that Bayley wants to now, try to get everything through her now. It just looks like that. It looks like, of course, that Bayley may be probably going toward a now face type of situation. That's what it looks like. And Dakota Kai and Io Sky may be going toward now a more darker, heelish type of group. After that, we get the Bobby Lashley versus Bronson Reed. This match, not a lot to go by. We get a spine buster by Bobby Lashley. The story is that, Bronson Reed is really, really heavy, so Bobby is just trying to continue to lift him. They get to a point where he attempts the Hurt Lock on Bronson Reed. They both tumble to the outside. They attack each other, and they get counted out. So they look at each other after they counted out. They continue to fight. We get numerous officials out there, and that's the end of that. Didn't like the ending of that, but this may be for all intents and purposes a feud that will maybe last another week or so. Bronson Reed is really good. I look Samoan. I think he is Samoan. Should he be part of the new bloodline? Yes. Yes. Yeah. 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 I mean, come on. He's right there. It's on the wall. Come on. After that, we get a Cody Rhodes promo. Wasn't a huge fan of this promo, but they had to, of course, cut some time. Of course, you have 50% of your roster not there. Of course, he has to cut time. So he cuts about a 15-minute promo. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about it. The promo was pretty much about him saying that he lost at WrestleMania. He apologized that he lost at WrestleMania. But, now it's not about Roman. It's about Brock Lesnar. He says, am I afraid of course, Brock Lesnar? He said, yes, I am afraid of Brock Lesnar. But I do want to face him, and he wants to face him at Backlash. But he says WrestleMania Backlash. Oh, man, it's starting to sound like a good old-fashioned Vince McMahon storyline. We'll see what happens with that, though. After that, we get the Usos versus the Alpha Academy, which was a pretty decent match. Chad Cable, I keep saying, is really, really, really good. I enjoy a lot of what he does, but Otis is getting to a point where he is so in line with the Maximum Male Models gimmick. It's getting kind of crazy. He broke Jay out of character. It was just funny. 2 suicide dives by both of the Usos onto Otis. We get a beautiful moonsault off the top on the outside by Chad Gable. But at the end, we do get a 1D by Chad onto Chad by the Usos for the Usos to win the match. After that, we do find out that Bayley got Io Sky in the match instead of her, between Piper Nevins and Mia Yim. Unfortunately, this match really didn't do a lot per se. I hate that we don't see a lot of Mia Yim. That's the first time seeing her in quite some time, like on the cool. I really didn't know that she was still in the roster. She was part of the OC. I didn't even know that because I didn't see Gallows and Anderson in a while as well, due to now AJ being injured. I think AJ is on his way back, though. Last time I read that hopefully he'll be back pretty soon. But we get an Io Sky. Io Sky did win with a beautiful over the moonsault to be the number 1 contender for the Raw Women's title. After that, we get a backstage promo by Kevin Owens with Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens is saying he talked about, was he smart? No, he's not smart, but he has a lot of heart and he loves to fight. He told Byron Saxton to read the back of his shirt, and it says, I forgot what it said. What did it say? It said, always ready to fight, or fight Owens, fight. I don't know. He said something like that, with fighting. After that, we get the Kevin Owens and Solo Sikoa, followed by the Usos. So you knew this was not going to be a good situation. We also didn't see Paul Heyman out there this go around. But it was a very decent match, even with one leg and all. Beautiful off the top rope. Swanton by Kevin Owens. He is really, really good when it comes to everything that consists of off the top rope, him being that size. But, of course, Jay and Jimmy distracting the ref. Giving Kevin Owens, of course, a super kick for Solo to put that Samoan spike onto Kevin Owens for him to win the match. They are beating the living crap out of him after the match. Out comes Sami Zayn and Riddle. They even the numbers, throwing everybody out of the ring. Riddle, I guess, does his finisher, followed by Kevin Owens doing a stunner. And after that, Sami Zayn attempts a Hallula kick, but they do grab, I think that was Jay out of the ring for that to be over with. Fade to black. All I can say once again is that this Monday Night Raw wasn't the best. I really wasn't feeling it at all. The only thing I did like probably was the main event and the tag match between the Usos and Alpha Academy. But I will respect Triple H for what he did with only 50% of the roster and just a little bit of time to rewrite pretty much the entire segment. So they did a great job, hands down. I mean, with what they had. So, hopefully we get something a little better and no flight delays and no issues with the stars or whatnot. But all in all, what can I say? I really wasn't feeling it. So let's talk about it. Of course, once again, this is the anniversary show of WrestleCram. I will say this: I do love this shirt. This is a new shirt I got. It's a cool shirt. I like it. Like it. And I truly enjoy this shirt. The reason why I did a new shirt because I wanted to feel a little bit more fun, little great, and enjoying what I have built. One of the things that I wanted to do about making this content or this channel was to leave some type of recorded history, from an average perspective of wrestling. It has ballooned to 200 plus subscribers. I thank each and every one of y'all for subscribing. We also now have a Facebook group that's growing as well. I thank y'all for growing that as well. But it's been fun. It's been fun. And I had a friend, his name is Chris, and we've been knowing each other probably since middle school, since junior high. And he truly, we talk about a lot of stuff. We talk about anime. We talk about, never talked about wrestling. Never talked about wrestling. But we would talk about other stuff, just other nerd type of genres, but never wrestling. But he would always tell me, say, Derek, you have an awesome voice. You should use that voice and try to make something out of it. And I was like, you know what? Eventually I might just do that. And I have another friend of mine, his name is Jakari. Shout out to Jakari. Who kind of gave me more motivation to do it as well. Now, I had another friend who I've been knowing since we were babies. His name is DeMarcus. We are wrestling nerds. We love wrestling. We've been watching wrestling since the 90s. So when we talk, we would talk about, just what was going on that day or go back to even some wrestling stuff that happened back in the 90s or even the 80s, but we had a great time. We would always, and we'd be on the phone for hours, just talking about wrestling. And I'll give one more shout out. My little brother Jerry, who is a great brother, and he, I think, set that fire ablaze and just gave me the skills, the tools to try to do this, and I love him to death for that. I started last year with just my cell phone, a very small mic, and a very long segment on just Monday Night Raw. I think I went through each and every move like I was on as a commentator, and it's hard to watch. Truly, if I had to critique that very first video, it is very hard to watch, but I did it, and after that, I did I think it was AEW. I did AEW, and I did that consistently for about 4 months. I did it for consistently, just back to back to back, just watching wrestling and just taking notes and giving out moves and all of this. I really didn't do a lot of news. I really didn't do a lot of my suggestions and things like that. But I go back to the very first one, and I have a coworker of mine. A shout out to Brandon. He's still trying to figure it out and say, I'm gonna get there. And I'm like, dude, the only way this is gonna work, the only way this is gonna work is how I did it, and that's just hit record. Hit record. If you enjoy what you saw, upload it. And that's what we did. That's what I did. I felt it. It was the time to do it, and boom, I hit record. And for 1 year, I did it through the ups, through the downs, through the sicknesses I've had. Not super sickness, but me being sick from time to time. I did it. And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed every second from me doing this in the kitchen. That's where I did it at. I did it in the kitchen or whatnot. Until me building a set here behind me. And look, I'm gonna tell you like this: the toys are probably cost more than everything else here. This is all my likings and whatnot. You have the Steelers, of course. You have the Astros. You got Fallout. I love Fallout. I'm an Xbox user, so I love Xbox. I got some books right there that I read, but even comic books behind me. I'm a huge comic book nerd. I really enjoy comic books a lot. So, it's been a fun ride. It's been a great ride. I enjoy everything about this. Even the people that I stuck my hand out for, which is the Going in Raw, Steven Larson, the love they have gave me, I love them to do. They are the number one podcast that I listen to times 12, and I will tell anybody to go to them. Have a great time. They are great. Also, Wrestle Talk, I love them to death as well. Cultaholic are great. Dave Knows Wrestling. I'm a huge fan of Dave Knows Wrestling. Who else am I missing out? I know I'm missing out on some more podcasts that I listen to. Hopefully I will figure it out. But I love each and every one of those people that allow me to nurture what I have, get me to do what I'm doing, getting me to read out loud. I am not a strong, if you look at the podcast, I am not a strong reader in public. But when I don't like to read out loud. I think I'm a great reader to myself, but I think I'm getting to the point where I'm getting more comfortable with just reading. Anybody who has a learning disability, like myself, I do have a learning disability where I don't like to read out loud. Hopefully it can be that type of help for you or whatnot. Of course, I talked about mental health as well, making sure that you are taking care of yourself first before you take care of anybody else. I used to talk about that. I mean, it's a lot of stuff that I can talk about on this anniversary of your boy D Nostradamus and the Wrestle Cram content or the channel itself. I mean, how about this? Next year we talk about it some more. How about that? On the 11th will be Wrestle Cram Day. And I love y'all so much. It's been fun. Hopefully we get another year of awesomeness. Hopefully we get some more people. Shout out to Nico. Man, I love you times 12. You're an awesome person as well. Shout out to all the other people that I have not. Goodness gracious, I don't know, but as like I said, I love this. I love this. Hopefully, I'm here to stay. Hopefully, I get some type of I can get monetized and do this on a full time basis. But right now I'm enjoying the ride. How about that? Enjoying the ride itself. And with all of this, I will say that, and I say this every single time, the best is truly yet to come, you guys. The best is truly yet to come, and I truly do mean that from the bottom of my heart, to the depths of my loins, to the dancing, to the dancing, to the yes, to the yes. I know you miss it. I miss it too. But it's just been fun. It's been fun, and I enjoy it. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. I'll see y'all tomorrow. All right. Until, like I said, until next time, the best is truly yet to come. The best is truly yet to come. Don't forget, I do have a brand new Facebook group. It is absolutely public, not private. It is for anybody to go out there. Just don't be a dick. Just don't be a dick. It is Wrestle Cram Super Club. Wrestle Cram Super Club. Go out there, have a great time. If you want to start something, just talk. Just say hey. Say hey to me or whatnot, and I'll say hey back. Much love to y'all. Until next time. Until next time. Until next time. Love, peace, and of course, wrestling.